Hello, my beautiful ones. This is Dr. V. Welcome if you are new to this channel. What we do here are love readings to bring you clarity, empowerment, and hopefully a lot of peace and joy as you move forward on your journey of love. Now, whether you would like to unite with your divine masculine or feminine, or even reunite with them because you've been in some form of separation, that is why we are here, to get Spirit's guidance so that you can move forward powerfully. Now, one of the most amazing things about the Live Tarot community is that not only are we focused on our love journey, but we're also really big on raising our own vibrations, right? So that we can live the best possible life, so we can live each day in abundance, joy, love, prosperity with our beloved. So what we do here are readings that are going to help you to move forward and create, manifest, attract all of the things that you want and deserve in your life. So what I've done is pre-shuffle all of my decks. I use a multiple array of decks, including these 3 decks that I have created specifically for all of you who are on this journey. Yes, they are called Twin Flame Oracles, but the labels really don't matter. You know, we use Twin Flame, we use Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Sacred Union, Immortal Beloved. It's all just about the energies. So use all of these terms as they fit for you and discard the rest. And remember, don't let labels limit you in any way. This is all about the journey of your own heart and your soul. So let's get into today's reading. So our first question for Spirit is, Spirit, can you please tell us, how does the Divine Masculine think and feel about his feminine at the moment? How does the Divine Masculine think and feel about his feminine at this time? How does your masculine, if you are the, oh, I love this, beautiful, if you are feminine watching this, how does your masculine feel about you at this time? Oh, look at this. So this is the deck that I use to give kind of an overall energy of the answer to each question. So isn't this so beautiful? The 2 hands coming together and gratitude. So definitely your masculine is deeply grateful for having your love and for having you in his life. I love that as a great beginning to this reading. So let's take a look here at what has been going on in his current energy. So the first card that came up is this 2 of Wands, which I like this because I feel that for many of you who have been in more of a stuck energy with your masculine, this can indicate some good movement forward, right? I get a lot of emails, comments, messages from many of you saying that you have been stuck in some sort of a stalemate for a while. And, you know, some of you have been in different stages of separation, like you may be, you know, in some sort of minimal contact with your Divine Masculine or your feminine, or you have, you know, been not speaking for a small amount of time, but would like to come back together, or, some of you unfortunately have been in separation for longer periods of time. So I know that it can be really heart-wrenching and frustrating when you're in that energy. And so take some solace in this, that this Two of Wands shows that there is some movement outside of this Hanged Man, right? So because this Hanged Man's energy is very much reflective of that which you may have been feeling, right? That both of you are kind of right now stuck between two worlds. It may be more him than you. Sometimes it's more you than him. There's been some sort of lack of movement that has been very frustrating, not only to you, but also to him. Because beneath it all, there is a great desire within both of you to come together. I love this. Isn't this so beautiful with the two giraffes? I just love this. So there is a great desire within both of you that is going to inspire the movement that you're seeking, the movement out of this Hanged Man's energy where you feel like you're literally suspended between two worlds. And, many of you are also, I know, have been in this energy of a little bit of frustration because some of these masculines are not taking decisions, like they are not moving out of the stuck in the mud kind of energies that they have been in, and they've been letting it fester, right? Like they've been letting these delays really threaten whether you, feminine, would want to wait and stay or to really walk away and move on. And I can also feel, and I've been feeling this very strongly coming through in the Divine Feminine Collective as well, that many of you are empowering yourselves and you're moving on. You're saying enough is enough. I value my own life. I value all of the things that I deserve as a good person in this world. And as much as I may love and care for my masculine, there are other beautiful opportunities waiting for me as well. And so there has been a definite strong energy of the feminine saying, you know what? I'm done. I'm moving on because I deserve better. And so this, the masculines are definitely feeling this. I mean, this came up in our last reading as well. And look, it's coming up again because masculines are starting to feel the stress of that. And that is going to bring them into this movement, this decision making. Two of Wands, very, very encouraging for action, right? Wands is the suit of taking action, of finding your real purpose, of really identifying what you truly want, and then walking away from the things that are blocking that. See, I love this card for the masculine's energy towards you, feminine. Eight of Cups. This is great because this tells us again that there is an energy of wisdom and movement coming from that. Because see, one of the things that has really been holding back your masculine is his kind of inability to see through certain situations in his life that are not working for him, right? There have been some sort of, strange kind of attachments, right? Strange kinds of obstacles that have been pulling him or keeping him in one place. And it's almost like he put a veil over his eyes, right? He's like refused to look at the reality, right? Refuse to look at the true facts. Refuse to look through certain people and certain situations that have been around him and that have been leading him in the wrong direction. And so what I really love about this energy now is that he is really removing that veil, right? He's ready to move forward in taking a decision. And what he's done is he's really decided to access something bigger than himself, right? To like really get wise, to toughen up, to open his eyes to the truth, open his eyes to reality, and maybe even walk away or step away from situations that are not right for him. And that is what this Eight of Cups is. And this is a really good energy because this shows us that now he is willing to literally walk away from all of those things that are coming between you, whether it's other people, and this could be anybody. It doesn't have to be just third-party situations or karmic relationships or bad relationships or family or, any kind of a situation that has been holding him back. Look at this. He is now willing to decide, to make the decision to turn his back on those things so that he can walk away and come towards his feminine in a totally new way. I love this. Look at this. Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. And I love this because I think feminines, this is also very much in alignment with, uncovering the truth within, uncovering the treasure of the truth that he's kind of been holding himself back from in this Hanged Man's energy, right? So one thing I do want to remind you is that this is a general reading, right? This may not resonate for all of you, so take what does and just leave the rest. But if you'd like to have specific guidance on your situation, because of course your situation is special, it is unique, then that's what a personal reading would be for. And the link to have that with me is in the box below. So see how he's moving out of this Hanged Man's energy so that he can uncover the truth, right? Really open his eyes to the wisdom of what he knows to be true. And in that sense, I think you guys have both been very much mirroring each other, right? That you both have this deep desire to come together, and that, you may have been feeling a bit down, right? A bit down about the blocks. You may both have been feeling this Hanged Man's energy, right? Masculine, unable or unwilling, being a bit stubborn, right? Stubborn and not willing to really move forward to take some of those difficult decisions, because sometimes these decisions can be really tough, right? And if we are not up to the challenge, then we're just going to kind of stay put in this Hanged Man's energy. So the masculine doing that, and then the feminine saying, well, you know what, if he's going to do that, then I'm going to have to think about this as well. Like, should I stay? Should I go? Should I wait for him? Is he going to come around? Is he ever going to see the light? So there's been some mirroring going on for sure here. And I feel that it is mirroring both in the positive as well as the negative energies that are definitely kind of bubbling and coming full circle here. But what I love is that beneath it all, there is a definite gratitude that your masculine has for you. And now he is definitely looking to take that action and move towards renewing your love. I just really like that a lot. I really like that. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to pause here so that I can give you your affirmation of the day. And so today's affirmation is really about us understanding and being really truthful with ourselves about our own journey. And, I always feel that Spirit always, through their messages in the reading, always affirms the affirmation. That's so funny, affirms the affirmation. But they do, because I always choose the affirmation before the reading, so I don't know how, the reading is going to go. But look at this. Today's is all about our journey and being really honest with ourselves where we are on our journey and where our next steps are. So today's affirmation that I want you to write in the comment box below is, I trust my journey. I have full faith and trust in my own journey. I love that because we are each on our own unique and beautiful paths, right? Sometimes they twist and turn, sometimes they wind around, sometimes they're very direct. We just don't know, because that's part of the adventure of life. But if we believe in ourselves, we believe in our own spirit, our own strength, our own courage, our own vision, as well as our connection to spirit, who is always guiding us through the intuition that we feel, right? The voice of our heart, the voice of our soul, then you can definitely trust that your journey is going to get you exactly where you want to go. So I just love this. Make sure that you write that. I trust my journey. All right. That is so lovely. I just love it. So let's move on to our next question. And I feel that this one is extremely powerful. I've gotten a lot of great feedback on people loving this particular question because it has a lot to do with the ways in which the masculine and the feminine sometimes, misunderstand each other because they're different energies, right? And sometimes the challenge is for us to be able to balance out how the masculine thinks and feels and how he behaves in life, in his world, and how the feminine does, and how can we kind of bridge some of those gaps, some of those challenges that rise up in that journey, in that process. So Spirit, can you please tell us, what does the divine masculine need to understand about his feminine right now? What does the divine masculine need to understand about his feminine that he may not be seeing? What does the masculine need to better understand about his feminine that he hasn't so far? Oh, wow. This has come up again. Amazing. We had this in our previous reading. Oh, wow. What does the masculine need to understand about his feminine? Look at this growth. I love this. How beautiful is this? Look at this. And so fitting. Look at this beautiful feminine standing at the top, because look, she's put down her roots and she is growing up into the sky. Isn't this so beautiful? I love this. Okay, so I think this is coming through very clear energy here. What the masculine needs to understand. Look at this 4 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Oh no. Okay. So masculine, your masculine needs to understand that many of you have really come to the end of your rope, as in you have been very patient with your masculine. You have tried to support him. You have tried to understand him. You've tried to understand his journey, right? You've been very, very patient, because you have felt such a deep love and connection to him that has led you to really test your own patience and your own tolerance in many ways. And so he needs to understand that you've come to this point of 10 of Swords, right? Where, you at some point have hit rock bottom in this connection. Like you have just felt like you are done. And isn't this interesting? Because this is very much in alignment with what we said at the beginning of this reading, that, he has realized that he may have been stretching his feminine too far, and that she has been definitely considering walking away from this connection. And so there you have it. Absolutely. This is confirmation from Spirit that yes, feminines, you have definitely said enough is enough. Many of you are turning away. Many of you are done. And the good thing about this 10 is that it is the end of a cycle, right? When you have come to the end, there is no way but up. And it is the beginning of something new, something better, right? Taking a turn into good things. And so I love this, because what you've done, feminine, for sure, is when you have hit that 10 of Swords, you've decided, I'm going to take a break. 4 of Swords. You are really introspective right now. Many of you are trying to decide, am I going to continue? Am I going to really stick with this connection or not? Is it time for me to walk away? And that is something that your masculine really needs to understand. For many of you, he is on the verge of losing you, right? Because you are in this contemplative mode. And there is a very real possibility that he will lose you because you are really looking at your own growth. He needs to understand this. Many of you have gotten to the point where you feel like you are not growing in this connection, where you feel stagnant, right? You feel like back to that hanged man's energy, where you're like, if he doesn't do something soon, if he doesn't make the kind of effort that I need for him to make, then, it is over for me. And so look at this sad embrace. See, he needs to understand that this is something that is not to be taken lightly, right? That he really needs to have this kind of energy. Look at this. This is what he needs to do. He needs to step into this King of Wands energy. I love this because this is also in alignment with that Two of Wands that came up before about, how he thinks about you, how he is now moving towards making those changes. He's kind of coming out of this sad embrace, right? This is a little bit of that, self-pitying, like no one understands me. No one understands what I'm going through. Why am I struggling, right? How can he come out of this? Like you want him to come out of this energy where it's been sometimes a lot about himself, right? Too much of a focus on his own needs. And, we can all fall into that trap now and again. But again, if we want to have a beautiful relationship with the person that we love, we can't really be, always focused on our own needs. We have to step out of that. We have to kind of stop feeling sorry for ourselves. So that's another thing that the masculine needs to understand, is that if he's been a little bit in that self-pitying mode, he really needs to stop feeling sorry for himself and get into action mode, get into this King of Wands energy so that he can be transformed in a way that is inspiring his feminine to actually come back to him, to come out of this, let me think about it, and really say, wow, you know what? He is now the man that I want to be with. He is the man that I fell in love with. Somewhere along the line, he lost himself. See, this is the energy that I'm also feeling coming through very strongly, that your masculine, somewhere along the line, lost himself. It's like you felt like, what happened to the man that I fell in love with? Where is he? Where has he gone? How has he just disappeared or transformed into this other kind of man? And it's been a really tough time for you, feminine. See? That's what led you to this Ten of Swords energy. It's like, what happened to the man that I fell in love with? It's like he's there, but he's not really there. And so what you're seeking and what your masculine needs to understand is that he needs to go back to the man that he used to be. Your man, the man that you fell in love with, the man who was dynamic, gorgeous, strong, successful. He would go out in life and, he was decisive. He made good decisions. He loved you openly. He, felt so connected to you, and that connection inspired him to go out and do wonderful things, right? He was this incredible man that you felt attracted to, kind of like bee to honey, right? And so he needs to understand that the growth, that everything that you saw in him before, and how he was growing before, and how you were growing together, came to an end. And that needs to come back, and that you want a real commitment. You need for him to step into this King of Wands energy and give a true commitment. And even if that means that you need to do whatever it takes. And these are the two things, masculines, you need to understand that your feminine really wants from you. She wants you to simplify your life. So whatever bullshit is going on, whatever crap that has been distracting you, getting in the way, that you've been letting get in the way, she wants you to discard all of that. And that's good, because it's very similar to that Eight of Cups energy, which is the same thing, turning your back, discarding on all the things that aren't working, turning your back, and now walking towards the things that are. So she wants you to simplify your life. And if, for those of you who live geographically far away, right? Some of you are in a long distance relationship. So you can see this as symbolic as well as literal, right? So for many of you who are long distance, your feminine wants you to make the effort to travel and come to her and prove yourself. Show up physically, emotionally, spiritually. Show up. Bridge the distance, whether it is real distance in miles, kilometers, or distance in emotional, right? Being emotionally distant, right? Come to her, come close to her, connect with her again, show up in every possible way. Wow. Feminines, you are strong. I love this. You know exactly what you want and need from your masculine. Awesome. Okay, so now let's put the shoe on the other foot. And Spirit, tell us, what does the divine feminine need to know and understand about her masculine? What does the divine feminine need to understand about her masculine that she may not be seeing? Whoa. Lovers in reverse. Interesting. What does the divine feminine need to understand better about her masculine? That she may not be seeing right now. Whoa, look at this. Hunger. Oh, you know, it's so interesting. Look at this. If we are to take these as representative of the divine masculine, divine feminine energies for this reading, look at that. Growth and hunger. Woo. Whoa, this is you feminine and this is your masculine. Look at him. He's like this lone wolf howling at the moon. I love it, right? Look at these very powerful masculine and feminine energies coming through. I love I love the alignment here because growth and hunger are similar, right? You need hunger to grow. If you're not hungry for a change, if you're not hungry for transformation, then you're not going to get it, right? So I feel this is really powerful. Like your masculine is in the hunger stage while you are in the growth, and they do work symbiotically very beautifully together. Wow. Okay, so look at this. Now, the first thing that came through here is this 9 of Wands. Okay, so the first thing, feminine, that your masculine wants you to understand is that he has definitely been in a guarded energy. And that is for sure. It's come up before, right? That he feels that he has dealt with a lot of struggles in life. Okay, I think this is again going back to a bit of that, I don't want to say self-pitying, but more of like that focus on himself and his own struggles. Like, oh, look at all these obstacles I've had in life. Look at all the stuff, the crap that I've had to deal with. I feel like I've really taken a beating. Okay. This card is about like feeling wounded, feeling like you've taken a lot of beatings, like you've had to fight a lot of fights and now you're war weary, right? You're still standing there on guard, waiting for the next fight, waiting for the next battle. And so I feel like this is one of the things that he wants you to understand, that, he's had a lot going on, and some of it has to do with his goals in life. There are issues that are surrounding his other goals in life. So there may be money issues, career issues as well. He may have had some, financial stresses, work-related stresses, things that him feeling like he's not where he would like to be, or that if he were to make big changes in his life, that it would risk compromising his some of his security, right? So he feels that, right, that as much as he wants to compromise in certain things, so that he can move forward, he also has some sort of fear that if he compromises too much, he'll miss out on big things. Okay, he may have to deal with a lot of consequences, right, to any compromises that he makes. So that's been one of the reasons why he has struggled. One of the reasons why he has really struggled with what's going on in the connection, right? Because he feels, see, this is to me the same kind of energy. It's like he always feels that he's ascending a mountain, right? There's something in him that feels stressed, that feels burdened. And I'm not saying it's you, but these particular masculines that we're connecting with right now, it's like they have this energy of feeling like they are always the one who has to shoulder the responsibility, shoulder the burdens, right? And so this is something that he feels is always kind of getting in the way. And so what it does is that it obstructs, see, it obstructs how he feels. It keeps him from being fully engaged with you as much as he wants to be, right? See, it's like, see, you deserve love. So he feels like, you both deserve this love. You both, should have this love, should have this connection. And that, he wishes that he could listen better. Like he's so distracted. There's a distracted energy, and it's like he wants you to understand that maybe you both could listen to each other's needs in a better way, right? That you could listen or understand better what his struggles are, and that he could listen and understand better to what your struggles are. Because what's happened is that those obstacles and struggles that he's been facing in his life have been obstructing him. See, the Lovers in reverse, he realizes that they have come in the way of your relationship. He realizes that they have blocked your relationship and your connection, and they have threatened that connection. But see, at the same time, he really wants this new beginning with you. Isn't that so beautiful? He wants to renew this love. He wants this Ace of Cups, this new emotional beginning. He doesn't want this to be blocked anymore. Isn't that so lovely? So there is a definite hunger, see? He wants you to see that he hungers for you. He hungers for this to be what it used to be, because he understands that he himself has lost himself. See, he sees that in compromising, right? In doing things, in being obstructed in many ways, that he has lost who he used to be. And he's become this kind of, this war-weary, burdened kind of a man. And he doesn't want to do that anymore. He wants to come out of that energy. And because he does have a lot of desire, a lot of hunger for something better. Isn't this amazing? He hungers for you. He hungers for this new beginning. Wow. So that's what he wants you to understand, feminine, that he has been losing himself. He has been in a bad place for a long time, right? He has been distracted from you. He has been letting your connection take the beating, right? He has been letting your connection suffer as he has been ascending the mountain, but he wants to stop that. Oh, I love this. I really do love this energy, guys. I just think that this is the beauty of this overall energy, that if you can find yourselves back, to this kind of symbiotic alignment where you are back on the same page. You're no longer distracted at all, right? You've come together in listening and understanding, right? And you find your way back. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. So I hope that this has brought you some clarity, some direction. Of course, if you'd like to have a private reading with me, the link is in the box below, as well as the link to all of these oracle decks that I've created especially for all of you who are on this journey to love. So you know how much I love you, you know how much I believe in you, and I'll see you all on the next video.